Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm here with Javier, as you can see there. We are gonna be talking about smartphones. So yeah, let me just go into my Adobe Draw first and start drawing, I guess. Not drawing, but yeah, you'll see along the way what we're gonna talk about. So okay, as you can tell from the previous video, Javier he doesn't really know much tech, in that sense that he doesn't do much tech stuff, I guess. Like yeah, he might not know much, but he knows what phone he's using. So we are here today. We're gonna be talking about what's so good about his phone versus my phone. And yeah, we're just gonna see the difference, okay? We're gonna first write it out. He's using the Oppo Find X, the Oppo Reno 4.
Pro, I think.
Yeah, the Reno 4 Pro. 4 Pro. And I have very bad handwriting. Not bad. Okay.
Yeah, we all know that idea.
Yeah. Versus the Xiaomi Mi 11. Okay, so we have the Reno 4 and we have the Mi 11 here. Okay, so what's so special about these phones? In a sense, they are kind of new. We can technically say the Reno 4 is
Yeah, what phone do you use?
what phone I use?
Yeah.
Oh, I use the Xiaomi Mi 11 instead.
Oh, okay. I thought you used Huawei.
I used to use Huawei. Yes, we'll talk about that later, okay? I use Huawei P30 Pro and I have a P10 right here, if you guys need a reference. This is my first phone. It's very nice. Still hanging on to me today because the phones are still in perfect condition. So yeah, we're just going to leave this here first. And yeah, no scratches or dents. I keep my phones very well. And Huawei phones are also very protected. So yeah, it probably won't break anytime soon. Anyways, what's so different about the Reno 4 and the Mi 11? The Reno 4 is just a tiny bit older by maybe 4 months, while the Xiaomi is newer by 4 months, but it's about the same spec. So yeah, I mean the specs is kind of different, but we'll get to that later, okay? First, you're going to start off with the display, as that's usually what we'll start off with, okay? With the Reno 4 Pro here, we have Super AMOLED. Okay. Super AMOLED is good. Sadly, the Mi 11 only has AMOLED, which doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. So yeah, we have Super AMOLED versus wait, give me a moment.
What's AMOLED?
AMOLED is a type of display. So yeah, there's OLED, there's LCD?
No.
Okay, LCD is a type of display where you can use to see things. So for computers, it could be using LCD displays, it could be using like AMOLED if it wants to, I guess. But computers usually don't use AMOLED. It's just the type of screen you're using in that sense. So yeah. Yeah. For the refresh rate, the Mi 11 beats it by just a bit at 120 hertz. HZs, right? Yeah, and this only is 90 hertz. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the specs first, then we are gonna talk about is it better or is it worse? Because higher the refresh rate doesn't necessarily mean it's better. Okay, so now we're gonna go into CPU territory with the Snapdragon here, 720G. So Javier, you're holding a Snapdragon 720G, okay, Javier? It's one of those mid-range phones to flagship phones. So the 720 is technically, you can count it as a mid-ranger flagship because it's not the worst. And yeah, it's not the worst. It's one of the top few in that sense, but there's still MediaTek chips and there's obviously Apple's A14 Bionic chip lah. So Javier, if you don't understand anything, you can clarify with me. So yeah.
What do you mean by flagship?
Okay. The meaning of flagship, right? For example, we have flagship phones, for example, the Mi 11. We have mid-range flagship phones, the Reno 4 Pro, and we have just basic mid-rangers, which are like the sorry, let me think of one. Okay, fine. Mid-rangers. Reno 4 should be counted as a mid-ranger, Reno 4 Pro mid-range flagship. Okay. And yeah, if Mi 11 is a flagship, and if you want one of those like base, right, you're gonna be getting the Samsung A series or the Oppo Y series or the F series, either one of these. These are the lower model ones. So yeah, Oppo's flagship, by the meaning the best phone they currently make, is the Oppo Find X3 Pro. Yeah, that's the flagship that Oppo has currently at this time. Yeah. If you have anything, you can ask, by the way.
Okay.
So yeah, that my Xiaomi has a 888, which is good, but there are some downsides to it, which I'm gonna state in a moment. Okay. Yeah. So we are gonna scroll down. The 720G rocks with a 8 nanometer process, while the 888 has a 5 nanometer process. Overall, the amount of RAM and storage, they are about the same. They're actually pretty much the same. So yeah, they are both having 8 gigs of RAM, same on both. The Xiaomi has 12 gigs, but the model I have, it's a 8 gig model. So yeah, and for the Reno 4 Pro, it only has the 8 gig model. Anyways, these are some of the specs which I'm going to talk through first. Okay. Firstly, we're going to talk about Super AMOLED. Yeah, Super AMOLED, right, Javier? It's a type of technology where it doesn't necessarily beat AMOLED, but it's a type of technology which, if I'm not wrong, the pixels, it has different ways of displaying the pixels than to AMOLED. For example, besides AMOLED and Super AMOLED, you have PMOLED, OLED, and LCD displays. These are the few main ones. PMOLED not that famous, but if you're a gamer and you have this phone, which is kind of expensive, we'll phrase it that way. The Asus ROG 5, it has a Snapdragon 888 with a 165 Hz display, if I'm not wrong. It should be around there, or 140. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask Shivia. Let me read this first.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so now the Oppo Reno 4 has 90 Hz versus 120 Hz, but it really depends because I tried out the 120 on my Xiaomi phone. The battery drains very quickly, and you can do it at 60, but if you do it at 60, there's no reason buying a phone that's capable of doing 120. So when I do 120, my phone battery drains in like 4 hours. So yeah, that is one of the downsides. One of the upsides, I mean, you can see things smoother if you want to read some text while scrolling very fast on your phone, which I don't even know why you would want to do that. But I guess if you want to do that, you can do that. But yeah, no real reason. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the Snapdragon chips. The Snapdragon chips, JV, this is the part where you might need to ask some questions, but yeah. They are both using a octa-core. So yeah, I'm sorry. They are both octa-core. While one is at, this is a 2 times 2.3 gigahertz Cairo Gold, 465 gold, I mean, and has 1.8 Cairo silver chips. Okay. Wait, is that how you spell Cairo? Yeah, that's Cairo. Yeah, I guess that you pronounce it as Cairo or something. But anyways, yeah, this is kind of decent. It's very decent. But yeah, the Mi 11, it has 3 2.42s and 1 2.84 and 4 1.8, similar spec. But one downside on the 888 is the overheating problems. Okay, we're going to talk about overheating. For example, if you run an N22 benchmark, which is a benchmarking made by Chinese people, if I'm not wrong, N22, give me a moment, will be able to come back with a greater score, except that it's going to be at the neighborhood of around 70 degrees Celsius with the battery around 50 degrees Celsius, which is very warm for a smartphone at 70 degrees, because if you want a perfect medium rare steak, it would be around 60, 65. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm bringing food into this video, but if you're at 65 degrees, it will be great for steak. I mean, but this is a food, so not really that much important, but yeah. Anyways, we're going to talk about user experience, because specs don't really matter that much. I mean, sure it does, but so what really matters is how the person finds it. So Javier, do you want to start off talking about how you find it of your Reno 4, the battery life and everything?
So I should explain like how's life using this phone.
Yeah, you should explain how life's using this phone, and yeah.
Okay, so basically, I think the battery is pretty good because it lasts for about 10 to 12 hours, and it charges pretty quickly. Like it takes about 15, at the most 20 to 25 minutes to charge.
Wow.
I think the fastest is like 10 to 15 minutes. But
Okay.
and yeah, the phone is pretty good overall. There's quite a lot of functions, and uh yeah, it's pretty good overall. So I think it's a pretty good phone, and if you need a new phone, you could try it out.
Okay, that's great. I just checked out what is the fast charging, and turns out it is very fast. It's a 65-watt break, one of the fastest. Even Apple don't have that. I mean, surprise! What kind of surprise is that? That's not even a surprise. Apple never have this kind of things. I mean, they do. If I'm not wrong, the max they have is 35 watts, with the iPhone 11 coming with a 5 watt, while the 12 doesn't even have a charger. So yeah, that's kind of great. I mean, that's very good. That's very fast. That's faster than the Mi 11's charging. So yeah, the advertised rate is 100 in 36 minutes and 60 in 15 minutes, which is awesome. Very good. And yeah, it can be faster as well, because usually advertise a lower spec. So yeah, anyways, now time for me to talk about my Mi phone. Okay. My Mi phone, the battery life kind of sucks with 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, that sucks, but sure. It's probably I don't really use it continuously, even though I most of the time sometimes I do use it quite a lot, but 4 to 6 hours is the max before I have to charge it again. Charging speeds are decent, not kind of decent, they're actually decent, but it's not as fast as the Reno 4, coming in at around 100% in 45 minutes. So yeah, compared to Javier's 100% in estimately 15 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, if you want a better battery, we will obviously go with the Reno 4, or the Mi 11. You probably won't go if you won't choose it if you're using the battery. Because actually, if you check spec here, the Reno 4 has a smaller battery than the Mi 11, but the Mi 11 is using a 888 chip, which is, I quote from Qualcomm, power efficient. But that from my own use of it, it's not power efficient at all. It takes up all your battery. Just go with the Reno 4. If you're not a hard user, you don't need specs, go with the Reno 4. The camera is great. It records 4K 60, if I'm not wrong, or 4K 30. Yeah, it records 4K 30 up to 1080p 120, which is very cool. And yeah, it's all the specs there. It also has 4 cameras, while the Mi 11 only has 3 cameras that can film. Yeah, so both, one downside is that the Reno 4 ships with Android 10, but if I'm not wrong, it's upgradable to Android 11. As Javier here, I've checked, he's using a build of Android 11. So yeah, overall, I find that if you want to get any of these phones, you can go ahead, get them. They're awesome. So yeah, if you want them, go and check them out. Buy one if you want. So yeah, anyways, this is gonna probably be it for this video. If you guys like it, please leave a like and subscribe and smash the like button. Okay,
And
so
don't destroy your devices. That's most important.
yeah,
And Isaiah forgot to mention it in the first, in the video mentioned about like 15 minutes ago at
yeah,
the last moment. So yeah,
yeah, he's
make
just gonna
sure
add
to
it in.
remember
Don't
that.
break your devices, okay? Just to smash the like button, okay? Anyways, if you guys like it, please leave a like, subscribe. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.
And remember what I said. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I remember what he said. Bye.